Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Indianapolis 500 Museum, or I should say the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
It's a Hall of Fame Museum.
Hall of Fame Museum. This is the man that will make sure I don't screw up anything. This is Donald Davidson. Yes, the Donald Davidson.
Aren't you the guy that drove the pace car last year?
They wouldn't let me.
No, you got a lot of that.
I tried that.
Yeah.
I did. He's right. You remember Guy Fieri last year? We took a picture together. He let me put on his sunglasses. But there was a distinct difference between Guy and me. Guy makes
You've been to the track before.
Well, I have. And Guy makes the food, and I seem to eat the food all the time. So you're the, what? You're the historian?
Yes, sir.
What's the title we talked about? How long have you been doing this?
I've actually had the title since January 1998, but I was around before that.
He's been studying it since he was a kid in England.
Correct.
I remember this.
Right.
And you listen to a radio and you crane your ear to that thing and try. So he knows more about this race than you and I and that person there and that person will ever forget. So if I screw up here, you help me out, all right? I brought Donald, or Donald brought me here because this car right back here, the Marmon Wasp, right?
Iconic. Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Because Ray Harroun won the very first 500 in 1911.
Correct.
And legend has it that Ray Harroun was stung by a Marmon Wasp. That's why they named the car that, right?
No, that's not true. No. Why is it called the Wasp?
Yeah. What?
All right.
Yeah.
It's because of the shape of the tail.
Oh,
and
right here.
This is it. This is not a mock-up. This is the 1911 winner with the original body, and because of the shape of the tail, the press called it the Yellow Jacket, and that was a bit of a mouthful, so it got shortened to Wasp.
So that's just a bad joke by me.
Oh well, yes.
All right.
But it was just a nickname, so really you should put.
And Marmon was a company.
Nordyke and Marmon was an automobile company.
Well known at that time.
Yeah, from right here in town, Kentucky and Mars.
That's right. Okay. All right. Let's try something else.
And then of course this car is reputed to have the first use of a rear view mirror.
I remember that. We've talked about that. That's right.
Right over the cowling. And
see that over the top of the back? Yeah.
Certainly as far as a race car is concerned, it's the first automobile to carry a mirror.
Allegedly giving Ray an unfair advantage, some said,
well,
right?
Okay,
Or they contended that.
Well, not really, because it was a single-seater, and the other teams were complaining that he didn't have somebody to warn him one way or another.
That's right.
This
the riding
is a true
mechanic.
story.
That's
so
right.
he puts the mirror on, and I used to go see Ray Harroun in my early years of living here, and so we talked about the mirror one day, and he said, "You know what?" He said, "It shook so bad I couldn't see a damn thing in it." And that's true, because it's on the bricks. He said, "But I was the only person that knew that."
Right. I remember us talking about that before. Okay. Well, let's fast forward then. What?
Louis Meyer?
Louis Meyer.
Yeah.
He was the first to drink the milk, right?
That is
After
correct.
he won. Yeah. And my story is that he didn't drink his milk at breakfast that morning, and Mom said, well, then you're going to drink it as soon as you get done with work. So he won the race. He had to drink it right afterward, right? That's how the buttermilk tradition began.
Not quite.
Oh.
Okay, what happened was
Wrong again.
He used to drink buttermilk regularly because his mother had told him when he was a kid that it would refresh him on a hot day. So
Really?
that was his drink of choice, and he drank it supposedly in '33, but we know that the winner in '34 and '35 didn't drink no milk.
Didn't drink any milk.
But in 1936, then he gets the bottle again, which he was going to drink anyway. I mean, this was his cool-off drink. And so he's in Victory Lane, and they gave him the bottle, which he drank out of, which he was going to do anyway. And an executive with the milk industry said, "Hey, that's great. You know, the kids
Jumped
think
all
milk's
over
a
it.
sissy drink. We got to get that every year."
And was it Emo? Did Emo drink orange juice? Was he lactose intolerant? Is he the only deviation?
No, there's one other that refused it one year, but we don't want to embarrass him.
Oh, we don't want to say who it was?
No.
Oh, come on. Everybody's dying to know, man.
No.
We got a scoop here. He refused it.
Yeah.
But the tradition, to
There
set
was
the record straight.
a multiple winner.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
on a later victory, declined the milk.
Al Unser Sr.
No,
Rick Mears.
no,
AJ Foyt.
no,
Johnny Rutherford.
no,
I'm running out of names. Bobby Unser.
no. Well, actually, that's correct. He refused it on the last year.
Bobby Unser?
Yes.
Yes, we got it.
Yeah.
See, we'll
Well,
make
yeah.
him talk.
It only took him 12 winners.
All right. Now, the BorgWarner is over
Yeah.
there. Mm-hmm. That's the real BorgWarner, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The BorgWarner's over there. And somebody told me, I'm not trying to be funny here, cute, but I haven't done it up
Yes,
till
you
now.
are.
Well, somebody said there are 99 heads on that thing.
That is correct.
And I'm thinking, all right, I'm not a math genius, but this is the 97 500, so I'm...
What's the answer?
Explain, yeah, there's
All right.
there's 2 more heads on there than
There are 3 more.
3 more.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because we've had 96 races so far. This is the 97th.
right.
And so the other 3 are Tony Holman, several years after he was deceased. When the trophy was redone in 1987, they put a gold statuette face of Tony Holman, who's the only non-winning driver on it.
Save the Speedway.
Absolutely, but if Tony Holman was alive, he would have said no. I don't want that.
Too humble, yeah, okay.
But very, extremely. The other 2 are examples of where they had co-winners. Now there are 6 occasions on which a second driver was used, but on 4 of them, the original driver got back in to finish. But in 1924 and 1941, they had one driver start. There was a switch during the race, and then another driver took the checker. And they said, what should we do here? And it was decided to have co-winners. So that's
Two-headed
why,
monster.
well, that's why when Castroneves was in here with Juliana Huff after he went dancing with the stairs, and he said to her, now this is not a driver with 2 heads. This is co-drivers.
Thank goodness Elio cleared that up. We wouldn't want Julianne to get the wrong impression of the BorgWarner, right? Well, this must be a lot of fun for you to be in this building and to see all this
It
history.
is, yeah.
For a kid that grew up loving this race and coming here, and we've talked about you realizing your dreams and knowing all this, but I know every time I walk in here, I see something that maybe I didn't notice before, or, you know, it's got to be a joy, especially right now during the month of May.
Oh yes, because the people come in and when somebody you haven't seen for a long time, or maybe a relative of somebody that you have never met. And I mean, a lot of people come up here and say, well, we think my grandfather drove in the 500, and then you have to let them down gently. But
no,
once
he
in a while,
didn't.
you get a real one, and that's very rewarding, a riding mechanic or a driver.
I feel compelled to ask you one more thing as far as each May you add more and more information into that brain of yours, and how often do people try and stump you? Is that the thing? If the fans see you and Donald, 1946.
I don't
or,
get
right,
that
well, actually, that wouldn't be a
anymore.
good year, would it? That'd be
No.
like a war, right? But,
Well, no, there was a race in 46.
okay,
But
to
I
try and-
used to get a lot of that, and I don't anymore, and that's okay. I mean, mostly people, they just want they want to hear certain stories, or they've got a question that they don't know the answer to.
So you're just a good old-fashioned storyteller.
I like to weave a yarn. Yes.
All righty. Well, thank you for
Or
your
spinning
time.
yarn,
You're a good
whatever.
man, Donald. You're a good sport.
And
Folks,
you did a hell of a job with the pace car last year. by the
well,
way.
thank you. You know, I try to do my best. Folks, come see Donald at the Hall of Fame Museum here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're going to have another video coming to you at 6:15 from the Trackside Conference Room, the Kanamaki Trackside Conference Room with the fastest lap guys of the day. And then Kirk Cavan will be back at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning with another driver interview. So check out all our good stuff at indystar.com.